I think Asano and I first met in Deauville, in France. And I think both of us were really bored. So I think we went to a bar and have a few drinks. Asano doesn't drink. Asano drinks Coke. And I think over the course of 1 or 2 Cokes, we get to know each other. And also Chris, I've met Chris about 3 years ago in somewhere, Rotterdam, 2 years ago in Rotterdam. And so the 3 of us kind of know each other a little bit, and we've always said that it would be good if it would be fun to work together, and it never happened until now. The second part of the question about Asano acting style. I've seen a few films that Asano has been in, and what struck me about Asano is that I feel that I could not really recognize him from one film to the next. In the same way that you can recognize Robert De Niro in every film, because he's always that. But with Asano, I could not recognize. I even saw one film called Focus. I think the film was about maybe 5 years ago. And I loved that film very much, and I didn't know it was Asano. I watched the film and I didn't even know it was him until I met with a friend, and the friend said that, oh, you like Asano in Focus, and I said, it's not Asano. So I went back to see the film again, and I realized it was him. So Asano can do many things without seeming to try at all. I think he's, and I think that comes from the fact that Asano is quite fearless, and he's interested in other things more than just films, and I think that gives him a broader perspective also as an actor. Again, I'm guessing, I'm not sure.
特に今まで何も準備はしてなかったんですけど、ただ今回のこのラストライフインザユニバース入る前にちょっと気持ちが変わりまして、役のために何かをしたということはないんですが、取り組み方は前よりも全然違って、本当にいろんな国の人と映画を撮れるということがあったので、なんかその中で生まれてくる苦しいことっていうのを喜びに変えようという努力は結構したかなと思ってます。
We took this idea and we ran with it without really knowing much where we were going, but we had, I think we had trust in my case anyway. I had trust in the collaborators that at the end I don't think it's going to be that bad a film. So we went out making this film without really, as you say, formally planning things so much, like to have this motif running through the film. I think it wasn't. To be honest, I didn't even think about it. These things. We just went to locations every day and let the location, let the way the actor moves, let the wind, the clothes, kind of guided us, and we just went with that. So if you see that motif, for example, running through the film, then I think it's either you can say subconscious or it's accident.
Can I say something? I think that the real question is why you put this group of people together and that group of financiers and this friendship on the line. And I think that it's extremely important that we talk about Asian film in general, that why are there 65 films being made this year in Thailand when there was 35 last year? Why is Korean porn so good? You know, and why do people like, I mean, as I said, you know, Asano and Pen-Ek and us, why do we move around within our, I think we're just learning. And I really believe that this is a special moment in the history of our part of the world, and I regard myself as Asian very much, that we have to share. And I think that the fact that you're responding to it means that we do have something that's happening, that there is something happening in our world. There is something that is motivating us. There are people who have, despite our very different apparent backgrounds, have come through something together, and it's filtering through. And it's filtering through the largesse, the energy of people behind us, the economy, the discovery of one's own culture or one's diversity of cultures, and events like this. Really, these are very important echo boards for where we really are. You know, that's why we're here. That's why I came here for 12, 15 hours, however I came. You know, that's why Wankawi allowed me to come here, because we know that, we hope that what we're saying is that it's okay to be Thai, even if you're Japanese. You know, it's okay to be a little bit white, even if you're Chinese. You know, and I think that's what we're looking for. What this dialogue, and I think that's what the film is about. And I think that's why this collaboration, maybe for people coming from a slightly different Western, or slightly more Western background, are kind of interested to know. And we don't know, because we're still working on it. We really are just working on it. That's why it has energy. That's why you had the new wave in the 60s in France. That's why you had the Australian Renaissance. That's why you had, you know, Brazilian films being so, you know, because there is a socio-economic and cultural energy that's informing our lives, and we want to share with people. That's it. I read this somewhere in a book.